Hello, 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 everybody. I hope and pray that your week is off to an amazing start. I am a little tired, but my week is off to an amazing start. Hello, 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 everybody. I hope and pray that your week is off to an amazing start. As I was saying, my week is off to a amazing start, but I am a little tired. This weekend, I had the pleasure of going to a marriage retreat and teaching at a marriage retreat in Chicago. Hello, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Please do me a favor and put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love, love, love to give you a shout out. And I had the pleasure of pouring in to 32 couples at Beyond the Vows in Chicago. And they said I bought the warmth to Chicago. Hi, Francis from Florida. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you for joining me on my YouTube channel. And so I enjoy Chicago and I enjoy being able to pour in, and I had a blast. And they said I bought some warmth to Chicago because even though I live in Maryland, they were telling me that Chicago's is a different kind of cold. So I had bought a different coat and did all these different things, but they said that I bought the warm. It was not as, it's a different kind of cold, but it wasn't as cold as it was before I got there. So that's a blessing. Hello, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining me. It is Tuesday, and you guys know what goes down here on Tuesday. Wife Chat goes down here on Tuesday. So do me a favor and make sure that you let everyone know that Wife Chat is going down. And again, thank you guys so much for joining me. Hit me up and tell me where you're joining me from. So let's get into it. Tonight's chat comes from a wife in San Francisco. And she's been married 12 years and she has two children who are twins. I think that's neat. Two children that are hi Angelique, I'm from Virginia. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Hi Rosalinda from Illinois. Thank you for joining me. I was just up in Illinois. I was in Chicago teaching at a marriage retreat. Yeah, I had a great time in Illinois. I got back on Sunday night, and yeah, it was a really good time. And so let me just finish this off. She says, "Hello, Dr. Gail. I am just devastated. I just found out that my husband is having an affair with his ex high school girlfriend. They reconnected when he went home to Portland to his high school reunion. I didn't go because I had just had our twins who were 6 months old. And I had a hard time conceiving them, and we conceived them through IVF. They have kept in touch on social media and text message and phone calls ever since he's returned from his high school reunion. He said that they're just friends, but I don't believe that because he's too involved with her. The feelings are still there. I am just devastated because it took us a long time to conceive our beautiful children. And now I just feel stuck. I feel deflated. Please help." Wow. Yeah, it was really, really nice in Chicago. It was. And so let me just tell you this. I had the pleasure of speaking with them both today, this couple today, about this chat. And his thing is that him and the young lady are just friends, that they did, reconnect, but after that, after their high school reunion, but nothing sexual has happened, that he's in love with his wife, and that she can't seem to think that they could just be friends, even though they did date when they was in high school. And talking with her, she's very insecure, of course, because she just had the twins who are now 8 months old. and she has, had to give up her job, and she's just going through a really hard time after having these children, and as well is dealing with the after effects of having to go through so many different cycles of IVS, or yeah, IVF. And so this is something that breaks my heart. It breaks my heart because, again, this lady just had twins for this man, and he says he's not cheating. He's saying that this young lady is just his friend. I did ask the question, since this bothers your wife and you know that she just gave birth to your children, are you willing to end this friendship? Because it is bothering your wife. And his response was, "Oh, no, because I'm not doing anything wrong." Hi, Latanya from Maryland. I appreciate you. Sounds like he's cheating before. He's cheated before, and her insecurities are from that. I would agree with you, Angelique. I really would. And so, just looking at the situation, like I said, it literally breaks my heart. But let me give you some statistics. Statistics say that 82% of people who go to their class reunion will see one of their former girlfriends or boyfriends, right? And out of the 82%, 65% of those people will carry on conversations after the reunion is over, even if they're married. And that is a high percentage rate, right? And most of the, from what she said and what he said, and he didn't deny that he's still talking to this young lady, but he did say it's through social media or it's through text message, and every now and then they will have a phone call, but mostly it's through social media and it's through text messages, and every now and then that they will have phone calls. But my thing that kind of like took the wind out of me is when he said he was not willing to end and tell the young lady that he could no longer talk to her because it was bothering his wife. His thing is that they're just friends. They're not doing anything. She lives in Portland. He lives in San Francisco with his wife. He's very happy with his wife, and he loves his two new children, and that she should be able to handle that he has a good friend of the opposite sex. I did ask him the question, because y'all know me, is would he be okay if she went to her class reunion and reconnected with her old boyfriend and just said that it was just a friend? And he's like, well, he's just a friend, then I wouldn't have no problem. But it wasn't, he wasn't too convincing when he said that. But anyway, here's what you can do if you're in this situation. And it's a very hard situation to be in, because again, they have young children, like newborn children, right? And not saying that it's any better when your children are older, but the way it made it seem is that she took her body through a lot in order for them to conceive. And once they conceive, it's like she's feeling like, I did all of this for us, and now you can't just give up something for me. And I totally get it. And I try not to take sides with this one, but with this one, like I that is very hard for me, because she did do a lot, right? Her body did go through a lot. I think she said she went through 6 cycles. That's a lot, right? And he couldn't even say, yeah, I'll do this for you. That's a little much for me. But again, I can't put my feelings in this. So what she can do, or what you can do if you're in this situation, is really, really get your own emotions under control, because most women after they have a baby, they have postpartum depression, and you're really in your feelings because your hormones are all over the place. And I know her hormones are really all over the place, for the simple fact is that she was doing all of this different stuff to be able to conceive, right? And so, just talking to her, she gained a lot of weight, just a lot of different things. So what I am saying to a person like her is, get your own emotions under control. Really figure out what is the trigger. Not saying what he is doing is right. What I'm saying is, you don't be emotionally driven. Really sit with your thoughts and say, if I wouldn't have just had my twins, and I wouldn't have put my body through all this, and I'm not carrying additional weight, would I be okay with this if all of this hadn't happened, right? And I can't answer that for her, right? Because again, right now she's very an emotional wreck, and she's feeling like she did all of this, and he's abandoning her, and that's how she's feeling. So she really needs to sit with her own emotions and really figure out what's true and what is being emotionally driven. Okay. Number two, you need to sit down with your spouse and tell your spouse how that situation makes you feel. Don't point fingers, but say, when you're talking to her, when you're doing what it makes me feel like X, Y, and Z, whatever those feelings are, allow them to sit with that and know how you feel, right? Not emotionally drilling, you talking to her and then, no, no. This is how it makes me feel as a woman. This is how it makes me feel as the mother of your children that just have given birth. It makes me feel abandoned, whatever those words are. Really get in touch with your feelings and write it down, so you're not all over the place, because again, it is very emotional for women, especially after they have a child. So really get down and hone down on your feelings and get them in writing, so you'll be able to articulate that. And number three, it's nothing wrong, and I offer them a session together, to reach out and get professional help. Because if she doesn't get professional help, and he doesn't either, and figure out why he needed to rekindle this relationship, right, at this time in their lives, that is a huge red flag right there. Why now, right? I mean, not saying that any time is a good time to reconnect with an old girlfriend or old boyfriend. No, what I'm saying is, why now, and why does he think it's okay? And you need a third party to help you process that, because when I spoke with him briefly, he thought it was nothing wrong, and in my mind was, it is something wrong, and why are you not seeing that it's something wrong, and seeing that it's inappropriate at this time and in this space that your wife is in right now, and you as a couple are in right now? Why is that a problem? So you really need to get a third party involved in order to be able to process those things. Because again, when I asked him if the role was reversed, would he be okay with it? And he came up with pretty much, yeah, but all those kind of things. Then that was not an authentic answer, and so he was just trying to save face to eliminate the focus being on strictly on him, and why this relationship at this time is inappropriate, right? And so, and my last suggestion, if you're in this situation, is that you sit down as a couple and figure out, what if not, move the children aside, right? What is missing in your relationship that you feel that you need to fill those voids with other people, right? Because people are dealing with this, that children are grown or whatever, but people are sliding in people's DMs all the time, and it just sparks something. And when you reply back, that opens the door for those conversations and those old feelings and those things to come to surface. And if you're in a space where you're replying back and you're going back and forth with this person, right, they feel that it's okay, and you begin to feel it's okay, and then that opens the door for you to say, you need to say, what is missing in my current relationship that I think it's okay for me to be going back and forth with my ex, because that's inappropriate behavior as a married woman or a married man. Okay. My husband had an affair with his old girlfriend. It broke my heart. That makes me sad. I understand what you're saying, Rosalind, and it is really, really saddening, but it's happening more and more. And again, you have to get to the root cause of what's missing in the marriage for them to be able to even have that type of conversation with you, right? And again, I my heart goes out to this young lady, not because of the affair situation or whatever. It's just because she's in this situation where she just had twins, and it was a journey for her to get there, and that's what breaks my heart. But let me just give you guys. Hi, Steve. How are you? Hey, sending love from Virginia. Thank you so much for sending me love from Virginia. I appreciate you. But what I do want to say is that if you find yourself in a situation that there has been infidelity and a breach of trust, you can have a successful marriage. You can get past it, but it takes two willing people to own their stuff, and it takes two of you guys to sit down and put some healthy boundaries in place when it comes to this. Because again, if you don't set boundaries and you don't reassure the person that you're with that it's over with, and that you want to move forward, it's just going to become a perpetual thing, and you're going to lose trust, and not just in the marriage but in every area of your life, because they're going to always think, oh, that you lied to be able to go do this, or you're not really where you are, and that just opens the door for this to become something that is going to hinder you and growing in your marriage. But you can get past it, but you got to own your own stuff. You got to set healthy boundaries. You got to understand what was the root cause, what was the missing piece in the marriage that you were not getting to open to allow you to feel that you need to go elsewhere to get whatever that is. Okay. All right. Well, again, you guys, I hope and pray that this helps. I am going to work with this couple. I did offer them a session with me, because again, this breaks my heart, and they have two beautiful little kids. I mean, I didn't see the children, but they're little 2 8-month-old babies, and it breaks my heart. And I don't want to see a family torn apart over a high school ex, right? And I just feel that I should help them. And so, as you guys know, I am up every single morning at 4 a.m. praying and interceding for marriages all over the world, because I want to see you guys win. But you got to want to win in your marriage, and you got to own your stuff, and you got to show up every single day. Not perfect, but show up every single day. And so, if with that being said, if you need me, you guys know how to get in contact with me. All you need to do is visit my website, gailcrowder.com. You can schedule a free 15-minute discovery call with me. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to help you with one situation and give you one or two tools and strategy that I know work. And also, if you want me to do a chat, all you need to do is inbox me or email me, and I will put you in a rotation, and I will definitely contact you and let you know when I'm going to be doing your chat. If there's nothing else, you guys, thank you so much. Thank you, you guys, Mary and Charles, for allowing me to be a part of Beyond the Vows in Chicago this weekend, and allowing me to pour in and walk in my gift. I am so grateful for that. And again, you guys, if you guys need me, y'all know how to find me. Um, and make sure that you guys look for my video that's going to be dropping on Thursday. I love you guys to pieces. Good night.